Okay, there we go. Whew. There we go. There we go. Nope, it's a DDR4 build. DDR4. It's an AM4 build. So the 4600G is, I think, a Zen 2 or Zen 3 processor. I have it right here. 4000 series, but Zen 2 architecture. Okay, so it's Zen 2 Plus. So it's a little bit better than like a 2600 or a 3600. But it's got the integrated graphics. Yes, it's working! Yes! Hey, did you see how I can switch between the cameras? Watch this. Bam. See? Now we've got... Wait. Oh, wait. That camera right there. Bam. The Ryzen 5 4600. Alright, would you like to see a top-down of it? There you go. Ryzen 5 4600. Little guy. Alright. So... Am I drowning out the music, or is the music at a good level? Let me know. Okay, so here we go. First thing we're gonna do is I've got this nice mat. It's a Gamers Nexus build mat, and everybody will be working on these. Normally I'll have my anti-static wrist strap, but the way that this table's set up, we're good today. I got on rubber shoes, so we're fine. But if I wasn't using that, I would build right on the top of this box, because you got a nice, it's non-conductive surface to build on. Alright. Yeah, and since these are going to be machines that are going for schools, and they're going to be workstations for schools, they didn't really need DDR5, because the benefits, they just won't ever see it. I mean, there's one class that may do some 3D modeling, and if I need to, I can bump that system up a little bit. But for the most part, these teachers, they just use everything's web-based for them nowadays. So we've got our motherboard out. Let's go ahead and get this here. Wait. Where is it? Let's go. Wait. Alright. Better yet, why don't I move the camera to where I'm going to have it? That makes way more sense. Okay, wait. Uh-oh. So how have you been, man? Yeah, I'm going to adjust this just slightly. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. I really appreciate it. I never would have known my audio is still jacked up. Alright. Let's get a little bit better focus on that. I can't tell. There we go. Okay. It's pretty shallow focus, but... Oh, you don't hear any music? Okay. Well, let's see. Oh, gold corner down there, and you match it to the little corner at the bottom left hand of the socket. If you look at where the lever is, this is the top of the socket, this is the bottom of the socket, and you just push that down, and booyah, there you go. So now that's done, and we're going to be using the stock cooler with this one, because that's really all you need. It's a 65 watt chip, so it's not going to run really hot, and from the ones that I've installed out there so far, they haven't even realized there's a fan in it, so they're running super cool. Like I said, they're just running a bunch of Chrome tabs, so it didn't have to be anything real sophisticated. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put my RAM in next. Let's see. This is a T-Create kit, DDR4 3200 CL16. Like I said, they don't need anything super fast, but the price difference between this and stock 2666 is just an absolute no-brainer. Like, I may have paid $3 more per kit, and I went ahead and went with 32 gigs, so they've got some breathing room, so they're not, worried about shutting everything down all the time, because they just can't run anything. Their memory gets full. So we're going to go ahead and start this. It is a dual channel kit. You always got to have dual channel RAM when you're running Ryzen. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad time. Just know that if you're ever gonna run Ryzen, you want to have a dual channel kit. The first, what? Oh, hold on, we got a new chat. Wow, somebody popped into my chat to ask me to use somebody else's supporter creator code. I'm not even streaming Fortnite, but thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. Tell her next time I'm in game and I'm buying some sick wheels for the whip, I will use code HERV. And I couldn't understand why I wasn't getting any of the performance I was seeing with all the other benchmarks. And then I think it was a Jace 2 Cents video that showed, you know, using single channel versus dual channel and how that affects Ryzen specifically. So now when we are moving on from one part to the next, we want to make sure we're cleaning as we go. So now that we're done with our RAM, we can go ahead and put the case back in the box. If we want to save the stickers, we can save the stickers. If not, we can just put them back in there to be tossed. We're going to keep this bag just in case we ever have to RMA the motherboard, but the RAM box can be tossed. We can go ahead and take you don't want to close your CPU box quite yet, because with this CPU cooler, you're actually going to have to remove these little brackets. Some of the CPU coolers use like a hook system. This one actually just screws directly into the back plate. So you've got pre-applied thermal paste on this one. I should get another light here. At least put the thing where you can see it. So let's see. There you go. So you've got pre-applied thermal paste. That's this screw right here. That's what makes a good thermal connection between the IHS, the heat spreader on the CPU, and the copper core of the cooler. Now this one actually looks like it's a full aluminum core CPU cooler. And while I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and take off this bracket. Now the good thing is because I have it on this box. Why can't I get my screwdriver in there? Okay, because I have it on this box, the back plate will stay on, and that's important because I'm actually going to have to screw this into the back plate. The CPU cooler is going to have to get screwed into the back plate, and I've seen people do this before on soft items like a towel or a blanket. Reason why we're going to do that is because I'll have to change the bit on the screwdriver. So might as well just go ahead and knock that out, change that bit, and then flip it back so I can put the CPU cooler back in there. Now we are pretty much done with our CPU box. So after I'm done installing this and the cooler, we can go ahead and put that away. Go ahead and change this out. I'm not using this camera very much, and this is like the best lens. That's like a 50mm EF. Like that's such a super cool lens, but we're not using that one as much. We are on this one for now. So alright, let's go. Got my trusty LTT ratcheting screwdriver. Obviously, you can get it at lttstore.com along with the rest of my outfit, except for my socks and shoes and underwear, but don't tell Linus. Alright, so this is our M.2. Let's see. With this one, some have like a little latch system, but with this one, it's going to just take a regular screw. So, we're going to pick it up and put it on the tip of our screwdriver and screw it back down. Alright, now that that's in there, we're going to go ahead and switch these tips back around and get our CPU cooler on there. That dude really hopped in here to tell me to go like his friend's stream and then just dipped or use his creator code. Nah, bro, I'm good. Alright. So let's see here. Keep getting keyframe errors on Facebook or YouTube for the backup stream, but that's cool. And I'm not seeing the chat for the YouTube stream. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and put our CPU cooler on. I like to go ahead and tie this in a little bit of a pigtail so it gives us a little bit more room, and then I actually go ahead and plug this in. Now you've got a header right here. This one specifically says CPU fan, so that's the one you want to plug that into, because the motherboard and the software that runs the motherboard, the BIOS, actually checks that specific header to make sure that you have a fan. See, this is the back plate. It actually came off as I was lifting it up to show you guys that, but just go ahead and slide that back in, and I like to do it off the edge and then push it back over the edge of whatever you're putting it on. So now that I've got the pigtail in there, I'm gonna go ahead and plug this fan header into the CPU fan header. Now, tighten it a little bit. I like to keep that where it wraps around if I can. There we go. Get it, make sure we line it up with the holes, and I give it a couple turns, and I cross to make sure that the pressure is divided evenly. A couple turns there, come across here, a couple turns. I'm just trying to get it to seated in the threads. There we go, a couple threads here, 2. And then start over until they bottom out, but I stay in that same order to evenly apply pressure. And what that does is that makes sure that your thermal paste spreads evenly against the IHS, the heat spreader. And that's to make sure you have the best thermal connectivity between the heat spreader and the aluminum of this CPU cooler. Because the way that this works is that the aluminum, there's a big chunk of aluminum that's cut. It's got fins to increase the surface area so it can wick away the heat from the CPU, because these CPUs are doing millions of instructions, and the faster they go, the hotter they go. So with this one only being a 65-watt chip, it can't produce that much heat. Like, the wattage is actually a measure of energy. Like, you can literally break it down by like calories and how wattage is. It's like the energy that we burn can be measured. It's crazy, but the fact is that this one's only 65 watts, so this cooler is going to do an adequate job of soaking in all the heat in the aluminum. This fan's going to spin and bring fresh air in and cool it off. It'll also cool off the VRMs, which are these voltage regulating modules here. They regulate the voltage between the memory and the CPU and all the other things on the board. So now that we've got everything that we need here, we've got our storage in our M.2 drive, we've got our RAM, 32 gig kit, CL16 3200 T-Create. We've got our processor, our Ryzen 5 4600G. It's a Zen 2 processor. Our CPU cooler. Now we need a case and a power supply. So we're going to go ahead and, like I said, you clean up as you go. These single-use packages, we throw those away immediately. Things that have a little bit of a higher value, like CPUs and motherboards, we keep those boxes just in case we have any kind of issues and we have to RMA the parts. Let's see. Little package ready to go. Got our little bun now we got put in the oven. And for these, we wanted to keep everything as low profile as we could. We didn't want to give them those little tiny Dell mini PCs because those things actually have, a lot of times they actually have CPUs meant for laptops, which there's nothing wrong with a laptop CPU. It's just made for a laptop. So you get more reliability and longer life out of desktop CPUs. So I just don't believe that you should put a mobile processor in a desktop computer. So that's why I don't like those little mini PCs. But the cool thing is that most of those things are like 3 liters. This case from Silverstone is, I want to say, 5 liters, so it's not very much more. Let's see. Super small, only 7 liters. There we go. Well, they say box for delivery. Not that we ship these, we hand deliver these, but put them in the box so we can make sure that they don't bounce around in our trucks. Did you know in Texas we drive trucks? Alright. There we go. Now we got a trash bag. With this one, you're going to remove some screws, and when you do that, it's always good to have a magnetic tray. So leave that there. There we go. Now with this Gamers Nexus mod mat, it makes it really easy to keep track of the screws. So we can use this, or we can use this screw sorter. So I always go in whatever order I am working in. So these first set of screws, these 3 I take off the back. The last 3 I put back on. So there you go in that section there. Okay. Now Silverstone has been making PC cases for a really long time. Yeah. Well, this one's in there, boy. This one's in there. Come on now. Usually that thing just whips on off of there. There we go. Okay. So like I was saying, Silverstone's been making cases for a really long time. They have one of the largest varieties of cases that you'll ever see. So with this one, this is like the SM09B. They have a couple different variations of this case. It's a mini ITX system. Will hold a SFX or an SFXL power supply. SFXL is going to be a little bit tougher on this one, and you're definitely going to want to have modular cables or not have any SATA dead SSD on your hands. Now, with this one, because the clearance of the motherboard is so close to the top with the CPU cooler, we're going to go ahead and take off this additional fan. It's not necessary. We don't need it because we get plenty of airflow with the stock CPU cooler. Okay, with these fan screws, we're going to put them right back into the fan because fan screws only going on. What is going on? Why are you ending? Everything looks good. No drop frames. I got a like on YouTube. Thanks for the like. Who dropped the like? Who dropped the like? I appreciate it. Thanks for the like. Somebody dropped a like on Facebook or on YouTube. Appreciate that. Alright, so here we go. Now we are putting the fan screws back in it. Alright. Go. Now these are your front panel connectors. You've got your audio, let's see, power switch, reset switch, your HDD LED, and your power LED. This is your bag of accessories. And that's pretty much it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take out this crossbar. It makes it so much easier in getting everything in. And we're going to put the crossbar screws into section number 4, or section number 3. Now most of these screws look really alike. In this case, you can argue that they're pretty much interchangeable, but there are some slight differences. Now these are going to go in the discard because we are going to need to save these in case we ever take this caddy back out. See, right now we're removing this SSD caddy because they're not going to need it. And we need the room for the bundle of cables for our power supply, which oh, I just did it. I'm not asleep, phone. Get off of sleep mode. I'm very much awake. Alright. So now to make it a little bit easier, I'm actually going to put all the connectors on the board before I put the board in the case. Now I'm going to actually start with the power supply. This is an Apevia SFX power supply. It's just a standard SFX power supply. Apevia is a company that makes a lot of power supplies for bigger manufacturers, so they are good. I know that they are going to last. And these are 500 watts, so they can always have way more, and it'll be super efficient, and they will never have to worry about these power supplies either failing or not being enough to do what they need to get done. So we are going to take our power supply in, put it fan side up because we have exhaust at the top of the case for the power supply. Power supply comes with their own screws, so we're going to go ahead and open up this little baggie, put that one down there. Yep, I got all 4 of them. Great. Now cool thing is, and put it against it because the magnet is so strong, I can just leave them there. Yeah. And these will be standard issues for all technicians. So it looks like my stream just went offline with Twitch for some reason. We're gonna restart that one. Got that retro synth wave going, baby. Alright, I need to check and see why the Twitch stream cut out. Really? I got another one of those. Hey, I mean, if y'all just gonna be spamming me, I don't want to support Herb. How many friends Herb got? Herb got a bot is what Herb got. Herb ain't getting my V-Book participation. Bunch of bots coming in here, botting it up. Ain't no way y'all both type the same thing. Y'all some bots. I know bots when I see them. Bots in the chat. There you go, Aiden. Way to ban him. Woo! Hit him with that ban hammer. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Ice cold. All right, so back to this PC. So we are putting in the power supply right now. And just to make it easy, I'm gonna go ahead and attach all the connectors before I put it into the case. Now the big ones I'm not gonna worry about, like the audio and the USB, but we need to unhook this bundle of goop and save this twist tie so we can just bundle back up what we don't need, which we will only be needing a 24-pin motherboard and 8-pin CPU. So let's see, motherboard, which one? CPU, that's CPU. So with this power supply, we've got a ton of SATA connectors, a couple of Molex connectors, 8-pin PCIe, and then 8-pin CPU. So we're going to go ahead and take our front panel connectors first. I like doing them one at a time, and let's see, where did they go on this one? Okay. Here we go. So, this little white patch right here, let's see, you can see it better on camera 2 if I do it right here. This little white patch right there, that's where they go. So, just killing them bots. Love it, Aiden! Alright, let's see. Now the way that these go is the power switch and the reset switch go on the left side. The polarity doesn't really matter because they're switches. So I always go top down. So let's go power switch first. That's this little guy. You can use tweezers on this if you need to. Done it as many times as I can. You won't need to. Now for some reason they split up the power LED for some reason, but like that's the only thing that changes on these motherboards from manufacturer to manufacturer. So your hard drive LEDs are always going to be at the bottom, and then jump that. Now, with our power LEDs, we want to make sure that we've got our positive on right. If you're looking at it, so down on your left. And outside first, and then on the inside. The solar ones are a little bit harder. I'm just going to get them into that crease, or you can just grab the tweezers and stop messing around with it. There we go. Using tweezers to these, you just get it started and push it all the way back down. Get that last one. Start it and just push it all the way back down. There we go. And now we've got our front panel connectors, and with this case, I'm just going to hook them in underneath and slide that in, but I am forgetting something. I forgot something in the motherboard box. $100 in V-Bucks if you can tell me what it is. What did I do with that motherboard box? There it is. I don't always forget this, but if I'm gonna forget something, it's this. Our IO shield. Always forget the IO shield. Not always, but if I'm gonna forget something, it's the IO shield. Been one of those, huh? Ah, M2 screw. That was close. That was gross. Oh. So how have you been, Aiden? What have you been up to, man? Let's see. We're gonna get this. We'll pop this little guy in here. Start at one corner and then just work your way around it. Well, there we go. Most of your high-end boards, your gaming boards, now come with these IO shields built onto them. So that's why I forget constantly about these things. Now we can get this little guy in there. Turn that around so you can see. We're in, but not all the way up there. So you want to make sure it goes all the way up and that those pieces are stretched out. Now it will seat properly over the screws. There we go. Now we can take the screws that we had for the SSD cage and use those to screw in our motherboard. We'll go ahead and put in our CPU power on here. Should have did that before I put this in, but you know, you live and you learn. Okay, and then we can tuck that down in there. We've got our 24 pin. We're just gonna put that little guy right there. Oh, we are almost done with the computer, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, little guy. Get in there. Alright. Now we're going to take our USB. Get that little guy in there. Alright. And the last little cable we need is the front panel audio. Get this little guy right there. Come on. You know you want to. There you go. Get you all the way on there. Tuck these cables in there. Now, our remaining cables. Going to, as neatly as we can, bundle these up. What are you doing for work? New car, man, that's nice. I'm gonna have to buy one of those one day. I'll probably buy a car for my kid before I buy another one for me. Alright, so now we've got all our cables in. We'll go ahead and put our crossbar back in. Oh, come on, little guy. Yeah, no, that's cool, man. That's cool. I sold cell phones when I was in college. I started at Radio Shack, and then I went to Verizon, and then I got a Verizon store for a third-party dealer that I was a manager of by the time I was like 25. There was no way I should have been managing that store, but that company went out of business shortly thereafter. I knew the writing was on the wall after I worked there for a few months, and they were starting to question whether or not people were going to get paid on time. I was like, yeah, I'm getting out of here. Oh, awesome, man. Well, if you're looking for a job, let me know. My editor works remotely. He's in California, so matter of fact, first thing I gotta do when I get up tomorrow is finish editing a commercial for an event that we've got on Saturday. And today's Thursday. I've been way too busy. Alright, now I forget what you call this. It's just it's a multi-function bracket. You can use it to mount DVD players, CD players. There was an extra fan there, but it really just gives you more rigidity to the case. So this little 7-liter case is about to rock it out. So now we've got everything assembled, and this would be when you you don't put the case on. You don't close the case until you actually see it boot up. So for that, I'm going to need to go grab a monitor. Before I do that, though, I'm going to go ahead and slap on this little CPU antenna, or this Wi-Fi antenna. Well, so once I figured out I wanted to make videos, I knew that I couldn't do it by myself. Like, I wouldn't be able to make enough money for my family to live off of if I just did it myself, right? That was when COVID started, and I was already making money making videos for other people that I really couldn't take the time to put into my videos what I wanted to. So I hired some people, and then we got some more work, and then I hired some more people, and we got some more work, and next thing I know, I've got like way too many employees, and nobody's actually doing any work, and I'm not making any more money. So finally I was like, well, we gotta, we're gonna have to do something different, because this isn't working. So it's just me doing everything now, but I'm at that point to where I'm gonna have to start hiring people again. So that's why I'm making these kind of videos, so that I can have the processes in place and the trainings in place to where we can grow, and I can set boundaries, and people can they can have clear examples of what they're supposed to do at all times, so they never have to question it. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. So now we've got 2 offices, and I'm managing the IT for a couple schools. We've got some contracts with some like nonprofits. It's enough to keep the lights on, but we've got much more work ahead of us, so I'm about to have to start hiring people again. Alright, now let's see. I'm gonna go grab a monitor. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm not gonna grab a monitor because I am going to have this pop up on stream. So this is gonna show up as camera 4. We'll go get another wireless keyboard and mouse though. Alright, so what I'm about to do is get Windows installed on that little guy. And we are just going to do a picture-in-picture. Oh no, I lost one of the little stubby guys. I hate it when I lose a little stubby guy. Yeah, man, shoot it over. Like I said, my editor right now works remotely from California. Our internet's fast enough here to where he just logs into one of the workstations. But, you know, I'm always looking for new talent. Alright, let's see. Just unplug that power cable and move it over here. There it is. Okay, we are going to see if this works. Hello there, get in there. Whew. Okay. Okay. Whew. I'm out of shape. All right. Now we've got everything ready to go. I need to add a new scene. This keyboard. Make a new scene called PC and Me. Alright, so we're gonna watch like this to see if we got a working computer. So I'm about to go ahead and turn it on. Actually, wait, hold on. I need a Windows drive first. No! Oh no! Okay, so we don't have a boot. We got no boot. Now I ran into the same problem last week. And I hate to say that the solution was that I needed a new case, because these were two cases that Silverstone specifically told me were from a batch that I wasn't going to have to worry about. I had 19 cases show up, 16 of them. The power switch wasn't wired fully. Like, it just came out like the sleeve. It looked like somebody just took heat shrink and heat shrunk two cables together without actually soldering them together. So I soldered like 6 of them. Wait, hold on. Actually, we got a boot. Wait, never mind. I lied. Hold on. I lied. Something booted. Alright. Let's see. I need to move my face. So we can see what's going on. Alright. Yeah, we got a boot. So, new CPU installed. Press Y to reset the FTPM. Yep, we're gonna reset it and it should be back here any minute. What I was saying was, so I restarted like 2 of them, and then once I got to the 3rd one, I went and tested the rest of them, and 3 out of those 19 were good. I thought that just happened here again, but no. It was just that long boot from First Rising. I don't know why. I was just assuming that the case would be bad. That was not wishful thinking. That was bad thinking. I was thinking. Alright, now it's booting back up. Hey, there we go. First boot should go. Oh no, I didn't go into the BIOS. Alright, we got our Windows setup options. Ooh, screen's too small. Hold on, let's see. I'm gonna make a preview full screen on this one. That way I can see everything. Okay, English, okay, input keyboard, yes. Install now. Do it quick. Do it now. Install. I'm just going to skip that part and put the product key in later when I'm not on stream. Let's go 11 Pro. I accept, Microsoft. I accept. Yay! What? That's because I hit upgrade. I want to advance install Windows. That's what I want to do. We're going to do it all on this unallocated space of drive 0. Drive 0 is the SSD. Drive 1 is the external SSD I have plugged into it. That's the NVMe. That's what we need to install it on. So we're going to click Next. And now it's copying all the Windows files. So I'm doing it SSD to SSD. It's just like this. So it's a good thing we're recording this. I can tell me exactly what the time is on how long it takes for Windows to get installed. No, I don't want to quit. I was trying to hit escape on this one. There we go. W-Build, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Whew. I'm gonna sleep like a champion tonight, boys. So what games are you playing now? I hadn't been on Minecraft since the last time my youngest wanted to play it. Alright. I'm gonna take that, put that over there. Put these screws in the magnetic tray. My oldest is trying to get me back into Clash of Clans the other day. I keep forgetting to go into the BIOS. Not forgetting, but I'm not catching it. Alright. Better not try and reinstall. Okay, I can take out this hard drive. That's right, you getting ready. You better be getting ready. Woo! That was a quick little install. I started playing Fortnite again and seeing, like, I came back in the OG season, and when I saw like the crazy builds that were going on, I was like, whoa. So I just, dug in and went in creative and started practicing again. And now me and my oldest are playing quite a bit more. He'll be 13 next year, so he'll be 13 this year, so he's jacked up about wanting to compete. I'm like, bro, you got a lot to learn before you start rating, before you start competing. Okay, well, you're taking a long time to get ready there. Okay, are we restarting? We're restarting? Is that what we're doing here? Okay, if you're gonna restart, I'm going to the BIOS. I'm just telling you. That's where I'm going. I'm going there. That's where I belong. Yes! BIOS time. Alright, so what we're going to do is make sure that our RAM is set properly. Okay, so this is on easy mode. So, hold on. I'm going to go ahead and dip my camera out real quick so we can see. exit. So there we go. Now we have a new workstation. So I go ahead and put the case back on, get Windows configured with the right username, and that I do that all on campus because the domain controller is there, and that's how we make sure that everything is safe and secure for the teachers and the students at the school. So that is going to be all for today's stream and for today's video. I want to send a special thank you to Aiden on YouTube, who has been my Twitch moderator since I was streaming back in the day, and came back for this stream and actually helped kick out some bots, and it was awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and switch to the other one real quick just so we can finish this up. We're almost done now. We just gotta click a couple more times. And actually, you know what, we're not going to go ahead and finish this up. We are going to save this and finish that part up on campus. That way it just goes a little bit faster. But that is it for tonight's. Again, thank you so much, Aiden. I really appreciate all your help. I hope you stick around, and we'll be doing more of these streams and training videos soon. Tomorrow I'll be getting some glamour shots of the individual parts. Good thing I've got 15 sets of these parts, so I can get all the shots I need, and we can make sure that everything is super cool. So we will be cutting this together and re-uploading this as a YouTube video in the future, and making sure this is a training video for our staff. All right, that's it for tonight. I'll see y'all next time. Or what was it? I'll see you on the other side. Oh yeah, like and share and do all that YouTube stuff, and subscribe.